What's up, Summoners? King Blair here. Today, we're going to be talking about a very serious topic, which is going to be player burnout. And hopefully, after this video, you understand better what it is and have some tips on how to either deal with it and just overall have a better experience with the game. So, if you like the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and join the Discord link. I've been doing amazing on all of them. Thank you so much for everyone who participated in the Kings Cup. It was such a fun time. It was such a great tournament. The no MLs, you guys really took that to heart and tried extremely hard, and I thank you so much for everyone who participated and all the viewers and subscribers. So make sure you subscribe and join the Discord to know when the next one will be. So without further ado, let's get into the topic. The tournament part, the reason why I included it, even though it is a very serious topic, as you can tell by my voice, I'm not as energetic as I normally am, is because it is part of the things that can help you get out of player burnout and make you have something to look forward to. But let's actually talk about it. And the video will be split into 3 different sections of different levels of player burnout. But before we actually do any of that, I want to talk to you guys about the motivation. And do not skip this section. It's the most important section of the video. If you take anything away from this video, it is going to be this next minute of talk. So at the end of the day, one thing I want everyone to know is that Epic 7 is a game. It is something you're supposed to be having fun with. It's something that helps you pass the time and that you enjoy playing and talking with different people in the community. If you're not having fun, if you feel frustrated, if you feel like Epic 7 is a chore and it's affecting your life, because I know there was one point in my life that negativity was seeping into different parts of my life and I did have to take a break. I highly encourage you to take a break as well. Epic 7 should not be a chore for you, and it should not affect your life. Your life should come first before Epic 7, because at the end of the day, again, Epic 7 is a game. So I don't know if you needed to hear that, and that's something that I wish I had heard when I was going through those negative times, is take a break. There's so many other great games out there as well that you can enjoy and hopefully have a better positive experience. And later on, if you're ready to come back, if you think you're going to enjoy it again, then by all means, hopefully that is something for you. But again, Epic 7 is a game and it's supposed to be a positive experience. So now, let's talk about the different levels of burnout, because not everyone is at that level. I know that's a very sad and dark thing to talk about, but it does happen, and I know it happened to me. But there's also different levels that will go through in the player, and those 3 levels is the way that the video will be structured. So the first one is resource burnout. You feel like you just don't have the resources, you feel like you don't have the units, you feel like you just can't progress through the game. So this is traditionally an early game burnout, where you feel like you can't do anything or compete because you don't have resources. So we'll talk about how you can mitigate some parts of that. The second type of burnout is going to be staleness. So this does happen to mid to late game players, and especially to late game players. So this usually happens when you feel like you've done all you can, or you feel like you just are tired of fighting against the same arena teams, fighting against the same RTA teams. You're tired of seeing the same units over and over again, and it's very frustrating, and it's very annoying to try to have to see those same units over and over again, and you just feel like the game is not fun anymore. It's just a chore. And the last burnout, I already did kind of talk about it a little bit, but this is the extreme negative. This is the worst you can get from burnt out, and it is going to be the I hate the game. That you're at the stage, if you're going on forums or videos and you're being very negative, you're like, the game stinks, it's just everything's terrible, the developers running the game into the ground. That's how you know you're at that level. And trust me, everyone goes through that, and everyone has those phases. So don't feel like that negativity is just you. There's definitely a lot more people that are going through that as well. But yeah, without further, let's start getting into the sections. So the first type of burnout I'll be talking about is resource burnout. So this is typically early game to mid game problem. By late game, you probably have enough units that you have to work on, and a lot more content like RTA and Arena that you feel like you can compete in. But let's talk about it a little bit more. So resource burnout, this usually is when you have no gold, no crystals, no mola, no summoning, no nothing. You've used everything, you've tried to upgrade everything, and you feel like you're stuck. So the reason why this happens, and it's by design, there's 2 reasons why this happens. One, Epic 7 is a very resource management heavy / time aspect game. there is a lot of time gates in this game. Gold and skystones, charms, all of that stuff are things that are time gated. You have to wait till the next day to get those resources. So that is something that can be very frustrating for early game players, to try to clear more content, because you're just simply not able to clear the content once you finish all the things that you can do. So there's two things. The first thing is make sure you have finished all the content that you possibly can. Because a lot of times people will start feeling burnt out, and then I'll ask them, have you finished all your adventure quests? And they'll be like, no. So in adventure mode, there is a lot of stuff you can get just from farming every single day, just using your energy. So that one is something you can do to get some more resources. You can get some more charms. Then also there's Abyss. There's a lot of content in Abyss that you can clear. In Labyrinth, there's a lot of content you can clear. Ottoman Tower, and then A Long Way From Home. So that's the first thing you can do, is just try to finishing everything you can and see what you can squeeze out of the game, because you can get a lot from the Sanctuary, and you guys don't realize this one is the first one at max, so you get a lot of it passively, so it will help you a lot out later on. Next, there is the second one for Resource Burnout. This is the one that most people will actually have to do. This is the one I personally did to get over this slump, and it is going to be the making Epic 7 your secondary game. I know that sounds bad because you might love the game, but it is something that you might have to do. So what does that mean? So at this point, let's say you have absolutely zero, right? You have absolutely nothing. So you want to do is you want to focus on two contents every single day. First, the side stories. Make sure you get all the catalysts and all the good stuff that they give you there. The second content you'll want to focus on is on hunts. So make sure you have a Hunt 13 team built. You should be able to do this with the early game resources. So hopefully you're not at the point where you don't have a Hunt 13 team, or this is going to be a lot more frustrating, but you'll get past this hump. So make sure you have at least a Wyvern 13, if not all the 13 hunts. So making Epic 7 your side game, you are doing the bare minimum. You are doing just enough to have resources piling up, so in a month or two from now, you will have resources to actually be able to do stuff. So let's talk about energy and gold and charms. So every day, what you want to do is log in, go to the Sanctuary, do your Sanctuary stuff, finish your daily quest, finish these quests, because the web events quests give you like a ton of stuff. They give you a lot of stuff in these quests. So you do these quests, make sure you get your weekly mola. So just the bare minimum, like this will take like 2 hours a week out of your day, like 30 minutes every day to finish, probably like 3 hours a week is probably what you'll be playing Epic 7, which is not a lot compared to how much I actually play this game. But that you're doing the bare minimum. You're getting the bare minimum resources. You're barely doing these events. You're doing guild wars if you're in a guild. If you don't get to it, that's fine. So hopefully join a chill guild. That's okay with you kind of like missing wars here and there because you're going to be there. Arena, just try to maintain your rank. Like maybe just do 1 fight a day or something. Like chill in Challenger 1 if you're in Challenger. And you're just going to be doing this for about a month to 2 months. You're going to let all those leaves stack up from your dailies. You're going to let all those stuff stack up, all the gold stack up from your daily hunts. Because you're going to have to be using all that energy. And Labby, you don't even have to do Labby. Like, who cares about that? If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. Because I know that one feels like a chore. So you're going to be doing it, and you're going to start getting more and more resources. And then a month or 2 months, you will realize you have a lot more resources at your disposal, and you'll be able to focus on other things. So during this time, while you're just logging in to do the bare minimum, start to see what other content you want to start clearing and focus towards that. But just do the bare minimum, get your resource pool up. It's a time gate thing. It is one of those things that will take time to get past. But after just doing your daily stuff, and maybe I'll do a guide on like the resource management aspect of that, so you don't squander everything you've gained. But yeah, I know this one doesn't sound like the best solution, but it is the best way to get past it. So yeah, that is the biggest one for a lot of early game players. But without further ado, let's go into the next one. The next form of burnout is going to be the Staleness Burnout. This is primarily a late game topic. Why? Late game players can do everything. I've already cleared almost all the content. I can easily do everything. In Arena, I'm at a pretty good place. I'm in Champion, and I don't think I can get any higher, right? So this is something that I definitely struggle with now, and will continue to struggle with in the future every now and then. But it's the staleness aspect of the game. So there are a lot of things you can actually do for this one. This is probably the one staleness one that it's the easiest one to fix for player burnout. So thing number one you can do, so this is to all my late game players and to all the people that feel staleness. There are a lot, and I mean a lot, of units in this game that can make the game a lot funner for you. For example, building Ravi, getting the equipment, testing gear on her, building the Sermia, building all these units have been the funnest time I've had in Epic 7. Seeing those teams come together has been amazing. So pick a unit that's off the beaten path, pick a unit that you normally wouldn't build, and just go full out on them. See what you can do with them. And that excitement of getting a new unit built to a max level, that was enough for me to get out of burnout. I just look at one of units and I start playing with them, and I just start loving Epic 7 again. So that's the unit one. The other one is try new teams in different game modes. So for example, Expedition, make challenges for yourself. Make it so you can get more points in your expeditions. So that way it's like, okay, you can start maybe getting a good team set up for that, trying different things and testing different things. So that one is very, very fun. So you got the units and you got the team building aspect of it. That one, for the most part, for me, that one works a lot. But there are other things that you can do. Let's say you don't like doing PvP as much. Like you enjoy it, but you hate the staleness. So this is the one that I talked about later or earlier on in the video with the tournaments. There are a lot of tournaments happening around the globe right now. I'm not the only YouTuber that is doing tournaments. I'm not the only streamer that is doing tournaments. There are a lot of other streamers and YouTubers that are doing tournaments. And I will tell you, with the tournament we did with the No MLs, so many people were so excited to do it. Even the champion players, they definitely showed up and had some very fun units built, and it was a blast. And that just gives you things to look forward to. So that is one of them, and there are a lot of different people you can go to that can help you do those tournaments and just have more fun in the game with different game modes. You can also always just make your own room, you know, like you don't have to wait for someone to do it. Just make your own room, you know, like just make this. I guarantee you, if I put like a random name, do this one, like the new game mode, some people will come and I'll have some really fun fights. So there's definitely things that you can do to make the game more interesting, whether it's looking at new units, to try different teams out, to just going in arena and testing different things out. If you feel like you can't do this because of the resource burnout, go back to the first video that we talked about, and just make Epic 7 a side game until you have enough resources to actually start testing different teams out. So yeah, that one, it's probably the easiest one, is the staleness, because there's a lot of things you can do. You're just not looking for it. Another one is try harder content, like for Guild Wars. I joined a stronger guild and I'm having a lot more fun with Guild Wars. Join a community. That's the other big one that will help you, because it'll definitely be really nice to be able to try harder fights and have a community to talk about the game and get you excited about the game again. So that one is one of the ones that is one of the easier ones to pick. Last but not least, this is the worst type of burnout. The Epic 7 is a chore. Epic 7 is not fun. Epic 7 is taking over my life. So this one is probably the most serious, and there is not a lot of fixes for this one besides, honestly, taking a break from the game. I know you're probably like, I've worked so hard for all these units. I've played this game for so long. Am I going to fall behind? No, you will not. At the end of the day, again, I said at the beginning, Epic 7 is a game and you have to be having fun. There are a lot of other games out there that are extremely fun. Epic 7 will always be there for when you want to come back, but it's definitely something that there's not a lot you can do about besides just taking a break. And I know I've been there. I've had those negative moments. I've hated Epic 7 at some points, and I quit the game. I've quit the game before, and after 3 months I realized that I missed it. I realized I missed the community aspect, and I joined back, and I made my own community with the YouTube channel, and I've been having so much fun since then. But I would not be where I am today with the YouTube channel, with the community that I've built, if I had not taken that break. There is not a lot you can do. I talked about the other one with the staleness. If you still want to try to make it work and you don't want to quit the game, there are other things you can do. Join tournaments, host your own tournaments. If you're at this point and you really just want to have tournaments, just I'm one of the YouTubers. There's several other people that you can ask and just be able to do that. Different communities that would gladly want to participate in a tournament by anyone hosted. If you don't like PvP, PvE, there's always different things. I know Psychopath Gaming does all these really cool like one shot wyverns, so there is that. But I still will highly encourage you that if you're at this phase, take a break from the game, and after a couple of months, one, two, like maybe a month or two, you will realize if you really liked Epic 7 or if you actually didn't like it. If you didn't like it, that's completely fine. There is other games out there, and it's going to be better for you if you get that toxicity out of your life. If you end up coming back to Epic 7, you will definitely have a more positive outlook on the game. You'll feel a lot more excited. You have that same like new feeling, and there will definitely have been some new updates in the time that you were gone. So definitely consider taking a break and seeing if Epic 7 is the right thing for you. So that is all I have for you guys today. I know player burnout is a very serious topic, and there's a lot of different things you can do. A lot of things are time gated, but once you get resources, you can have fun with the game. Again, Epic 7 is a game you're supposed to be having fun with. If you're not having fun, there is something wrong. So that is all I want to leave you guys with. Hopefully, you guys can enjoy the game more, find different things you like to do, focus on different aspects of the game, and if not, take a break, and I'll see you next time. Peace.